Okay, so another edition of Punch, our Kessben television, Osai 8 a.m. our Kessben radio. Enyumbre, yatna si na yehwe na wotwe on my Ghana and Semben na edi akotene ewo yamanyo asem titro. His Excellency the President na proba oko waba ewa Ashanti ha Ashanti tema obo so far no same and etie and there something significant Buankra Inland Port. His Excellency the President and the Minister for Transport and Penyumfo and nananom Penyumfo a eka ho ekopie ewo Buankra na Inland Port we esha se President Akufo Addo so ya hwe ni mu a and abrewa yipuma ewo kwa His Excellency the President kokati sort for this Buankra Inland Port and no one some say anything and you break punch jumadi ya transi ya behwe na ya hwe ni sunsan so ewo edemayen as a region, as a nation, and even beyond Ghana inland law countries na try ho Asiano saying and sunsan so tie the mount. Now with about 32 days to the elections, I think 32 or 33 days to the election. December 7 is just around the corner. And you bring the two main political parties, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. I cannot say anything. Why should Ghanaians vote for the New Patriotic Party for more, for Nana to do more? Why? Why would Ghanaians vote for the NDC to go and bring back His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama, who Ghanaians overwhelmingly rejected in 2016 with a vote margin of about 1 million votes? Why would Ghanaians go and bring him back to come and do what? NDC, I said there's a reason, there's a basis. And you bring Imani Iowa studios, one representing the New Patriotic Party, the other representing the National Democratic Congress. We will talk Ghana, we will discuss Ghana, we will debate Ghana. Wajunche ususi anu asimbisa o de ba ne akenkan. We are afana nyina enso ebete na yema akwaba e de ba punch jumadie so our Kessben television and Kessben radio we share live or Facebook live so na YouTube and so we share ewo ho enwumbre the 5th day of the 11th month of the year 2020, just some few days to December 7, the D-Day. And you bring paying for say or more exercise. So far, so what? Medenga de Ohene Gyan lawyer, thank you. Then I'll say thank you too. And you bring the producers, Shishe Jumadie, the bro, cameraman, and everybody. Our Buama Jumadie, I possible. Yedamunina ase mema me Mr. Samuel Pyne, aka Sam Pyne, who is the regional secretary, they call him the general of the New Patriotic Party in Ashanti region. Sam, memo akwaba.
Lawyer, me Joso.
Na pom to say.
Nyame adom ne mpaye bibi abako.
You're looking good.
Me dase.
Some swag issues here.
I don't think say bia we usual diabolics in the person. If it's something genuine there, me dase.
From the bottom of my heart, you're looking good.
Any president now, echo around, I had to cut my trip short from Barrackers, you know, they say me rushing now.
Very much appreciated.
The program. Tom there, as I speak with you, one more.
Okay.
One more year. On the community interact na
oh, okay. My brother Francis Addo, who is a member of the National Democratic Congress campaign team, ewo kwada so constituency ewo ha enyumbre. Mr. Francis Addo, memo ajo.
Mejoso
na mpom ti sen
Akufo Addo ogusu to nhia no gu yeso
ya do bo ade ase. Okay, so enwumbre ye no ena di punch jumadi emegide ye say enwumbre wo mpom eye na let's just be part of the program. Say send ye to aba why na wo to aba, what would be the basis and then the beye nyina so a wo be hwe so e de to aba. Because some Pyne Hona Membisa say His Excellency the Ashanti region for another time, another opportunity a host to His Excellency the President Ewoha has been here from Tuesday Ewoha and a Thursday. So far President in a tour in Ashanti region no say anything. Some my president and then entourage our new mobile nyina akwaba to Asante Mantem na campaign so far our Asante region na ekosen.
Na me dasima min chia won ehwe yen na won sie tie yen wo mu radio Kessben 93.3 na se de bia yen no aseda ene edema won won mpa yen na nyame di na so ache yen onye bibia na nya ne sa na president da bia me ka se me tiri so a mo asanfo ne akamfo na mo ka 70 so ama sorry me mo me tiri so a me sorry e bi se me nya sorry pe na se wunya no a anhwa me nya ne biem ne pa e wonu mu enu nti no da bia me come kotudwa nim bia me bompa ye ma no lawyer I said so from personal experience say me adumfo bi and etuma me wie secondary school lawyer nimu na enim no Senegal sampan na yese bia na me yakra boni bia me bokro no bia na me shintampi bia na something like that but e de bia beba be bisa school fees bia no na me na me number 1 e twima se bo dining hall e ma me nkodidi nti eye din ma me but nyame adom na mpanifo bi be so ma se ma me wie school no anu nti no se me hu so bi se or committee state resources on fanya niema emfata na o de behwe ye mofra ye mabunu no no manya nimde na o so nya dachi papa amoman no a da bia ya me da president Akufo Addo as papa nti bibia boko na se de osibisa ye no ye waba ye brother najo no bedru ye no da ye eno awuku ene share ye sra no ase yedi kan yekọ formina enra efi ho yekọ akokre na yeba ebehwe oboase anwankwanta ekwan no efi yekọ oboase no kokubie Ken USC campus na ho no so commission na oboase a na development enkan ko ma kwan abo mo over the years akwan fefa ye no asphalt ni bibia ye no okọ inspect wie no oto aso ekonu adubia se no so na se nkokọ stadium no a omo ye wadwuma no ana de asa no se ho no so ye room kakra se afi oto aso ekọ ba bia akọhwe telephone rural telephone abije se beka ho asem no tina ye oto aso ano pay ko atwuma kwa homa fuase ane hofo so kushia kodi nkomo oba bronkra free hoye ko affordable housing they are two nana say to opimso say to the second affordable housing very impressive place our commission yeah if you no na say ko president Akufo Krom and say yes school bia man enye e block school ya kan school a Bekum Senior High School said it here and I said August
Great best
ana Anglican Senior High School blocks assembly hall dining hall dormitories administration blocks in the science labs no enu ni yesi enya block
career Dapaah okay
the secondary technical the day to president Akufo free hall no called Barakasi omo new this assembly hall no kohwe na Barakasi Senior High School projects akese a omaye no hono na said the American e ho na bija wa mo nti se omo ohwum amanfroma on community no so ehia edi nkomo echina obekọ techman akodi Farmers Day
yeah.
na ofiri ho besan bekumase ti no me asan kono obeba so ame magazine na magazine clinical ona boss HM sabonso no ehwe momo ye no bekọ akohwe progress of work na abattoir fufron so musi no
and there's all them
be said no competition competition
you can't abattoir there. You can't abattoir
competition ya be
you can't abattoir there and we abattoir
so we know we be so am e be so am there never there's an competition be so I say but competition so na ema effectiveness and efficiency ba and so be kwa inspection and later in the evening no on it so am magazine for ne o me wo so am jomi na so e be shia edi enkomo na nyame ya aduma memenda obeto aso e be ko no makoy inspections of the hospital ne other places na you ye binom so the former MP Balcon and Dr. Nyantachi so 1 week and other political engagement so we are NHS or this phase of the visit to the region about every year no assign contract then now no obi can say I didn't especially Frank no almost yo if he say bibinti and oba no Ashanti region Ashanti memu 47 constituencies also your president emra wo no and this say we candidate be when your president we say you need to combine office work with other political activities don't mean for 1 week and 2 weeks into also and men tour the whole of the 47 into be any faces so we are not akoye gbon ha no ko baby fufuro that's why you see so definitely he's going to be here. Vice President Bebaha next week First Lady Beba Second Lady Beba nyina so mtebe man crofo club bisa question say na o ma aka no ye yerenum ne ekunu no mo yi adwuma no ye gya ba crofo bi no so no
bisa crofo bisa hwan no mirenum
o say political parties no bonto nti ye be bisa question
apalu
do anu am so na yire na
you dey diabolic over we are there for idea
it is so far the tour has been good. The radio be frame also now President Bauman who pictures from Obuasi, pictures from Mina and all those places. Now so President Ba Santimemuna onya such huge crowds. I say nye bibia, and I'm saying bibi, and he say and this for to make a ball microphone perfect grind better ha radio so now watching me so I'm make us MPP near she ha. Nti ma santifo mfiye ma sentiment mfiye nti se omba na hu such persons and enthusiasm and I call Boankra the enthusiasm ne nasefo hwe nipa na the ecstasy and all that this year president kwana that means say woman kasa no
the Boankra project is a huge project
nti that is it been so good but if you want us to
no we'll come to Boankra ma misado opportunity na yehwe ono zuso ne presidential candidate baby also say ne how are things going
me din kan amamo ni na adwo na mama Kessben TV etiefo ne ahwefo ni na Kessben radio na mamadwo me san so din check a free parliamentary candidate honorable Eric Asibe ho so ama obibia say obo ne homodi say kwada so sene nanki kwada so first no sisenya sana kwada so tie NDC din o kwada so akọ nanim aseda nyina nkoma honorable Eric Asibe ya chairman enso wo ho nso mechia no anwumre chairman boro na me den chia kese sonku pa ama katangafo nyina be ya fellow enti manchia katangafo a na manya de
fellow charge na mujina ho
ka fellows charge na mujina charge njina ho da what is the fellows charge na yes
charge nya hene vandals momo the charge na mujina
oh there na vandals there
we are the only people who can properly charge
obezi e di fellows vandals on komo ayebedi banwumre there mesan so achia ye presidential candidate flag bearer John Dramani Mahama Bibi Obia and the original executives Nina Kwame Zu, the original chairman. John Dramani Mahama Eguso Elba Pro on a nam a year in Human Morning Kofo Edin Komo. I drink Ghana in Kanko, said the MPP. Eddie Ababe drew mmra na ono no ifra ban mu ene sese economy ne ho nneoma ene die nti a ewo se yesan ekoyechi ekofa because mpenifo se sankofa ohi nti o church amanfo ne mpenifo di nkomo sese o eastern region kana mi se ne nneoma bi koye ya na nkofo bi no moka se eastern region de nki aba ne ndc de nanka ontime enkoho so John Dramani Mahama akoho a nkofo abochenku ewo ho ma na kwa abasonko yeguso eye adwuma si de be ya yebetimi age tumi free MPP ensem nyame adoma 2020 bibia a kire mtisemi nua keka ensem bi commission ni ade saa ne ma ne de eno nkire se wadi aba na emom unwuma a wo yeye thanks say you ba omi aka kire say this particular year's election is election of records inti de any election of records because you can say compare records no dey asenka MPP there when you happen be obedi dance asenka record nki ntimi mutimi from ho kra and compare NDC when you talk about the records but we see it to be a rescue mission inti ye kwakwa Ghana inti Ghana ni bi okwakoto ba bia we kan so ye nkona form of nana no. You look at the person and you tell the person that you want to rescue Ghana because I feel say Ghana rescue no ehu hia esen bibibia obi eti ba bia o kan na say obi ede enam inti John Dramani Mahama de oguso ye hwe nanim se Nyankopon ya adoma obeba santema mu na ye nyina ede ani gie ne ahokeka akohia no na de wo nanum ema santema no so no ode atudwa wedi kan abaha Imperial Chairman was also at the vice president incoming, Professor General Opoku and so Equachia Yura, Eyi na di Treno, Charles Antimani na watching me new Chairman so Mame Ebaye and the professional bodies Ebeshia Ewo Kumase and Asantimante Muhanso Biamia Bibre. Enti Master, and na ubusa me nyume de John Dramani Mahama daromenti me ho ye
okay we da se me ba nchembi me nko ai sam ho na ai sam ye hwe and then president watwa oda paso etwa ahomam ama Buankra inland port abamu ana say ye hyase edi juma to say is a major project, $330 million project.
Lawyer, I'm trying to make a honor. There's also another very important project, Enra Oko Commission.
Okay.
A 3G voice data site be a watch Rubwana, Adansi South, near Dubiasi constituency. Now, we say, Uko your rural areas no titrua. Baby baby or ha, Ubenya telephone call, cry na be call. I just say, and I know we can see a team is we know be say or foot be so the Enra, yeah, call na baby or how service. But if you me phone, sir, once a 3G. Tina was wondering, say, it's in me a call, no, near who said the project.
Edu baby, so now we just service cry.
Aye. They're quite. Oh, they've not completed the project. And see, they're quite who said this is what very important. I dear mammy can say important, and then he say, and then COVID a betraying, and there may be war. We are say, and see, a drew at the near a school, some crano, not acquire online be pray. Apart from that, you know, Dr. Machupoku Prompe, Naponumasia. Wamoso ayenhihye bia almost every senior high school ebenya Wi-Fi facilities are wamde besua de ebekọ to the basic schools no all the colleges of education nyina nti ye di dwuma no ye behia sa facilities no with digitization ye aban we say adwuma kese a oye no without access to internet no they will find some challenges at some places. The general project now, President Ekodi Hujmano, a very important. Now, according to my communication ministry, and for Nita for Bekasa, this is not the first. Say a correct any or my be was and Creguano, other regions, Ashanti region, say Kumawu area so ha ye bi to enhance network availability. It's a very important program. Then to Wankra, and then many Ukraine di kind, many transport minister. It is a great job. Wabua
project I Wankra and president call hono administrative structure na is see hono na ohwe the layout no artistic impression no there. Very huge project.
Yes, very huge project. In July, the only president, any abaning Kabuma, Womaye, the South Koreans, the private sector, Penia, or Monu, or Makabuma, Mobeye Jumano. Nature say a shame crying. I look at it from the background, they say, project we say, a started President Akufo Emreso. Now, a started your President Akufo, and you are free a bemono. Nanka bayo bebe bie fata se odwuna santeman ho no pese obepe bibi pa ma santeman obema yenye nnwuma bia ye na ya kwan especially load the faso no ebe reduce na ye kwan ebe chama ye na sefo no ndisi aban bubu nu asisi wo aso na me na nyem nwanwa because former president Mahama be ka kire say asanteman ni asantefo ye ebuni aye or the Chicago Cracker Quansomaya and Yefintino. It is such a huge project. Nase or Becca was some seer, definitely on ye, but the Yami Denny said investors no Abba, no one must start project, you know. You are a Siaman Mokasano, only president, no Mokasa, and one may with the cost $330 million project. Now, and your cost to Nuna in Yame. In Fasudia, a woman, and a yadia,
a president.
Nana danko Akufo Addo ene dai woni nimpenifo ya otumfo ase tutu Asante mewura kan ho bie ne dai wonom sade asakobɔ fam wonom kyerɛ se wonom ba be yensiesie foforo kora wo honom ebeboa ama dwumadie no e kan sensem no wonom atimi atoa so ne sei nti no Ghana man pani kasa no kyerɛ se wonom ja komena se bedwafiem ama magia atum se $330 million no wonom ka kɔgye bosia na wonom da ba be hyɛ sta dwumadie na se no wo kyerɛ se wonom mutimi wie pa ebetimi aboa fa Ghana de hye mpempem no a mo matimi aye adwuma e wo honom na dwumadie na se no sei na ekoe.
This project. Akufo Addo, Naka, about was every. But we come here with the Eka Council. I come from Sudan, and the Papa Twaba, the Yoba, the Shadisa, 2016, by Santimai.
President and not Okasa voice, no, later we'll get a full voice for you, but some young to us.
Yeah, lawyer, not one more anya home she, Nene. Ye be the hear me a young fasodea a womb a my Eddie kind a numa bear direct jobs bear 3,000 and a beba. Now indirectly, you know, I employ nipa bear 60,000. Indirect jobs, you know, on say we are planning a baby agglomeration.
I know
the Chinese say. Seka mu Kessben FM wo ha Kessben TV wo ha no workers mo be fa adwumayefo mo fa adwumayefo ha edu break time a wo be pe bibia di nti obi ebeba be restaurant bi ano beba be chop ba bia wo mo ebedidie na chop ba no so oye no obi be ka so e bia kwasimensa bi bo ono de okodidi bia se two shots bi into obi beba bebie pub bi wo ho no obi nso beba obi nso beba beton suo obi beton chewing gum nti ube nse adwuma no amabie no Kessben FM Kessben TV no atwe nkrofo foforo abam ti directly no Kessben de mo a mo ye adwuma ha no mo nya adwuma but obi ofin chen no nti sa adwuma no mo ye no bronkar no sa ene beboa eno na chen so no wo mo se connectivity to the railway sector, the eastern and the western rail lines, you know. Aye, the befanema efitema ene takrade. Na ye kwanya ka kese nema kese fasunti no, e se kwan ntem no. E subeti eme beboya de benya sika e de atoa so aye akwan ni bebre aka ho dan se de bia no ye de beko akọ maintain e kwan no. Nti wo hwe sa adwuma no a enye ade a isa a besen abie trade with other nations. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger,
La Côte d'Ivoire.
La Côte d'Ivoire, womo ni yen ebeba bedi djuma e wo dwadie mu no. Ebema yesu enkrofo enya kwan ene omo so akodi djuma no. Enti wo hwe bwankra and can say you jai to her for the past 8 years, a pro. If you say the benefit, the economic benefits, the political benefits, the social benefits, and everything, no, we can do more. It's worth more than Sika Mpaye investi ewo more no. Inti mebo President Abaso, mebo Transport Minister Abaso, mebo Mr. Fum no. Abaso, Mabo Koreans, no so, Abaso, all the stakeholders. Team now put it together, the Juma, or more, or more project officers, and as for no, or 2 4 had concerns. I said, we are Amankwah. Oh, yes, Amankwah. President Akufo Addo buy because the first visit to Mensia, only a typical course of him, so echo private meetings. And I believe pass a wholesome Emma. President who say yes, a juma, a sumbo, emano. Enti we yam find your politics, say MPP, NDC, asem, no crewo muno, and a lawyer. Ye can, ye no, ye mwa, ma enye ye. Na one ye de jumano assurance, and also no munu or makumum. If you say it's a project for Ghana.
Okay.
It's a project for Ghana. Because one be baby di juma hu nyinara no sebe enya Ashanti form
time frame ben ye nim say be we ye shase a ye be we be abrebe.
Oh according to many private conversation many transport minister nya no no susu say within e bia fie bienu afi ne fanfim no confirm and Sunday as it me set it up and I say a private partnership with government they be now almost na ho de no so no e be factor and interested persons no because omo be no wam so be bia terminal the be yinema warehouses yadi niema ebegu
bonded warehouse
na sefo nti phases
okay.
This is the second phase. So the phase 1 no any administration blocks na omo ye no this is the second phase.
We be fie me ensande
the new community no there we use a better
but be say BOT say omo be operate for about 30 years na abe Ghana for there absolutely. That is good. If I'm won't touch in a BBI and Jimmy Cossen, there was a what I'm happy say eventually we see affordable house in here there to 248.
Now, one fibby on FA. Oh, lawyer, a total beer. Frank Minison Canisa on there is a nice gentleman on Canisa.
Don't patronize him. Don't patronize him.
I told the beer, said there, and this for a cancer no me near mano. A yana will cancer no na ye bibu. Where when it's affordable housing, a beer, na yet the den of thieves. Someone says in den of thieves. It became a hideout, a safe haven for criminals. And my will be almost 2 or more G or more laptops, G or more phones, not so for our you comes name, can you in a Sifonino? Sancro for no one and no go. for 8 years. Yeah, as government housing project. No. For 8 good years. The last 3 months of NDC, Emre, Enom Kaso, ya net, enquiry agreement, binam here, so between Abeya, Amaya. But a dear your diano, ne your dear. Akura your bano, here Bible, Mumamia, Akura Muchu Manso, Baku Prince to say, Yen Chen Mumbi, no. Mamina Yene Banua, or what at income and Macrano. Or can say, Fanum Mamicrano. Na Unia, obey a Japadie Ama society. It's more jago by a buyer, who say, yes, share, then I say, ya dear boy. We say, yeah, we talk about housing deficits. Dan Dudua, you hear as Ghana for. Now, see here, Dan Dudua as Ghana for, near 2-1 among at the Ghana Sika, yes, said Jumano, now a banner film or trim one hall, chamber hall, Titi Brofuno, chamber hall. Come on to me and see, I'm crying. When I now drew at final stage, okay, and the the facilities are all. It's my wish to say, Benya Sase, na expanded, no, and I could see be, and so I can once and say, some prefab housing units, we are almost commission about 200 of them or and crying. I don't say they are making about 1,500 or so. Okay. And in Kakrano, and in a period, and in a bizarre question say, you got to about the 7th of December. At the end, ye so, I got to about.
Remember, to see a medase, Mr. Kwabena Sechi Sampai. I go this or chow, or this is a quino, or more ye parent, member abaso. This is the same, who's a quino. As an advanced stage.
But one more year about contractor, no, still slow. Still slow.
Okay. Now, we call a Mr. Addo, I mean, so now, like Buankra is a huge project. Any comment on that? I feel embrace substance of way.
Okay. More can't say be after Buankra home. Say, you just to any other. I'm a cousin of coffee as some say you bought a friend saying, you pump or more moody caviar, no account numbers in besides and not on your show as well, Tiana, or then one account more. You can say, oh, those who are owing school fees, pick your bag, goes on also half an idiot, or corner one another.
Dining hall, say that boarding house.
Dining hall, what is the phone call?
You buy a so called a toss of you, Luna, a better shirt near the or come, maybe was a incofoyenum and num bois, Lordina, or not say, one would remember, one ball of dinner, but not maybe some Busan and say. Minim say so a spokesperson Mahama family na go in
Mahama so nyoma ekoso oh minim say won kan ye say me dem me chirim akutia oniniura we na dey so obusa na say akwalu na so akwalu dey so won ne ye enti we order for we let's come back to Buankra issues Buankra inland port ho asem so say mfie be de wo ho nie na ye jai ato ho. May Kaipa say in the year 1996, January 1996, na former president Jerry John Rawlings Eko Kate sought for inland port na ewo Kumasi hasi na odeko fumeswa na been said 1996 January 1996 and oko Kate sought Jerry John Rawlings obetimi a check since the Google adoromenti wo check ya wo benya fact no na osinko in wo fumeswa but things in some bars asase no ho entina your movie project no to Buankra and Akufo eba ya obe Kate sought Buankra start year see a dan see ho year ho akade bebre ansa na o free aban so enfie watch and NDC take over. Na some na me bese me busa me bra no offer and they say MPP bar so 4 years ni afei na nanado ebekwa Kate sword bioma na. And the question, why do we even need to go and cut sword again? Because Senka government here continuous business. You Akufo Kate sword we CBB wa yed no ma wo so. I drew Akufo Addo. So the MPP government now, why do we need to go and cut sword again and create the impression that there was nothing? Na bibi any ho. Afena ya kwa asase no so a ye kwa kotwa intimate video na ubon say ye dan na nganza na ye rakofo ye ne de ye anhyeda enyi hu mfonyi na mom asase we na eda ho no eho na nanado ne minim say media no nko ho no mo hyeda ka cho bo so omu ntwam eho na omu lay more emphasis na omu twa eho. What happened in the first 3 years? Yura and also obo nana echi san waya na say and unsusu say because of elections nti and nana do dimrika every buankra so okwa kate so ebiom because you've had 3 years. This is the 4th year. Say yem funny say maybe ntimi nka and enya no kran so da NDC eja buankra to ho MPP baye Nana Akufo Addo so baba ye nyoma yie wagya buankra to ho for 3 years nie na sen ya oba hakọ ye na yewura e started to nanim e wo bedwam se buankra sem hu hia no e na okọ ye na okọ se da bi ade we de yankwankọ ya hwa na ye vote na wa Ashanti region no eswat because yewura kan die yankọ ye hu adwuma na ese ya anya so di ama yewura ti kenkenkenken ne mesa aba na wa se duru ho akọ kate sword biem sword cutting ni die yewura ye mampanyi oguso kate no wakate wakate ya okokon kura project ba ko wakate ho so be de ho e ma Ohene ni busa ne sa adan for more for what de bia no aba no be kate na okọ oba no be kate na okọ ye hu hwe nti buankra asem ya me wofa kan ma na yesede buankra ye ba be si on se busa ne say so how long in the basi buankra kra no na akwa ese o kan san is say mfie ba ko mienu echi ontimi nya specific because asem na wo kam so cut ne akwa cut you eno nche say ya disika kra to ho ye beti ma boss kadi and they say speech o man panya ba ya trauma na tin so omra mekan wasem nti oba obegina ho obeka na obi ya boy ensem ye amano na mmum se adwuma no ankasa ebekoso no eno ne question we see yebusa so ene ya nanado ye mampanyi akoho akwa kate so di den na ebesie would they continue the project or is just a sword cutting because nyame adoma December 2020 o free so yura John Dramani Mahama back abetina akonya no so the question is that what at all is he doing? Is he just going to cut sword and leave it, or he's going to cut sword and make sure it is constructed? Because sword cutting the
president's speech, you know, I'll say it is that's heartwarming that after 18 years since the conception of this project, work is now set to begin. After the conclusion of all financial, contractual, legal, parliamentary, and regulatory matters and approvals. Meaning, say, enyuma biya was all moye bema now ubo say o shase abetimi ashase no ubetimi ashade na say meaning funding the legal framework everything has now been concluded so ukate so that they can now properly take off.
So the Kateno Kofo Addo. Are you saying that the legal and financial processes that are supposed to was the kind of clear san you many na sana ya yibibi no Yaman Pyne Kofo wanya na said
Kofo Addo meaning say the same PPA arrangement no na was here I doubt
but I want to believe everything on say and yes, say assassin at the home pine. And yes, assassin and yes, something is on it. Something is on it. There are structures on it. I've been to Banka. There are structures
the administrative Adena Ghana Shippers Council for this. That one is there. I mean,
so could it be? Yem fan say, Senan Kasan, you may legal and financial in Nanka clearance has not been given her. Would they have had the opportunity to put those structures there? No. Inti meme de asama mebusa me wofa enwumre simple. Die na asi, die na asesa. Eye ade aye baba beye e de a kire Ghana fo ni na Ashanti man say oh na do aba wakọ ho. Se na metimi aba ma ko ho am say o ma baba be dia so aba be bofom ba na kasa me yes word me na me draw your viewers and our listeners attention to the fact that asase no ye call ye na ye kwakwa twa dwumadie nyina no hwa more emphasis was laid on the bare land that ho as if say free anyone class asase so ewom me ofa ka say wo yes animal we say ya the how do you call it, the economic benefits eno de support etimi ba so kwata krade uhuta krade ha bone nyoma bi e kokokoso a ebeboa pa ama people's livelihood would be better ewo ho de oto nsuo benya nsuo because yes we adwuma contractors mason form ho obeto nsuo de ono agobe ewo ho obenya sika kakra because they were beton gobe the other dokono so na ode ba ho oye owo boankra ho ebi oye ne store bodwa bi ebenya bibi kakra energy drink bi e de akwa koma but the question is ye beye
okay
nanado obeye because unim a track record a track record so cat ne de owo so de bia o kate so de ne de bia o kate a ye hu hwe
no ba na me twe wa adwen sisu say this is a project a Korean private entity any abina air partner yes the way we are operating for 30 years and then it will revert to the state. Now if it is a PPA arrangement there, then of course and yes I be abina ko katiso say ono the government ABI isike bejeji boja ne di because that's what I'm asking. Is it the same thing?
Lawyer, we have seen and heard a lot of these agreements. Okay. With foreign investors, PPA, public-private agreements, but at the end of the day, nothing happens.
Okay.
Because signing the agreement, it's a paper thing. Document, you sign signature not so. But making available the funds is the problem.
Also, the funds is secure.
Oh, senior. Funds is secure. They say,
anyway, okay.
Casa master, casa keke. Intimate me akabi. So, me wofa phone here.
So you doubt to say just for campaign?
It's just for campaign. It's just for campaign.
Okay.
It's just for campaign.
Oh, that's why I am me. I say, so tiso because say, ye yankwe campaign yanko to abama Mahama na me yano. Frank, what's the krumuha? You ask a simple question. Say, oh, Katinti, or Kwa. Okay, let's assume, say, President Akufo Addo call. And why no responsibility? Until you are sitting here telling us, say, in case some Mahama, but NC there, will be dear Kunya on your project, no.
Debbie,
logic, no. What's that beside my time frame? What's it meant to me, me catch you say, a project of 3 years. But one more. And maybe on a terminal, a be away, a be have complete a year, a be 2 years, but the finally, you know, they're expecting to work within 3 years. Then 2, and yet another sword no be cut. Sword for the first phase was cut by President Akufo. Yeah, phase 2. Which is an entirely first phase in what do you call it? Administrative blocks clearing of the sites, and no, but the second phase, no, is the construction of the terminals and all other facilities. I can one, and then phase 2, no.
Okay, you
but
guys,
then also lawyer
one, yes.
Say, okay, say, a year for elections, sir. No, you mystery. Hey, what can I say? What done for Oferesiama?
Transport minister.
Obey. But say Omobe inspection of Bankra, but 2 years ago. Emma, bear a year, Mooney, will be the catcher say, about 2 years ago, no. A catch of a but I didn't see that on my home. Okay, yeah. Or catcher said then, Omni investors a share. Because said the last meeting that he went to Korea, no, me, because Gyan airport. Me too, no, na me chose here. Omuko baye no na COVID edi ne ho ebe frɛ mo no enti na enye ade a senkanya COVID ni na sefo ba wiase a ebia nka do advanced stage eno so na nche no enne won a eye stakeholders in the project mabodin wo ha the Korean guys no any the Ghanaian na misafun no they were all there and they showed commitment and a buying party woman any sika loans as a guarantee no mkojino everything the legislation right wo any process wo ho as a parliament nyina no wo ma wie bibia nti so wo tra ha na wo doubt over a project a bebo ye nyina. Now I sit back and I ask myself, say, NDC no, are they worth voting for them? Like Santimai into a move you know, Emma Santimai. If you don't bring and can the Papa Bia, Emma Santimai, and can Santimai over. Okay, you're trying to say Santimai. And the kids are Crabesha. Oh, now we say NDC Wajum Pama Santimai. Offer. Gentlemen,
Miss Faustina Achampo Mechawai. Mechawa Jumbre. As a BIC, but we are to be see. Punch and Augusta will share our Kessben television, or science so 80 our Kessben radio in Jumbre, Mr. Samuel Pyne, who is the regional secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Our sentimental, they call him the general, our Enyumbre, Mr. Francis Addo, campaign member for Kwadaso constituency in the Ashanti region.
Omambo mi di from Chinieba.
Chinieba. Okay. And no account. Okay. Chinieba Francis Addo.
Okay. No video was no about. Oh, video was no about the Chinieba.
I've been Matthias.
I've been Matthias.
Chinieba. Okay, Francis. Medase. Okay. Okay. Blah can say and yeah kuku ajando ne papa film 1 week na eyene enti adofo ekoja abusua ne nyina ye dom nyina se papa kra se old vanders nso ewo Ashanti region enyina so ekoboae echese ne ba ko nso se old vanda enti na enye asem ketra kra. Now yetwa punch jumadie no so na ye hwese now ye 1 hour. Now 1 hour na ye was see any de hwese a day ye shall say 10 minutes then ti and I was so be ekoto aba ene e also to ma the NDC and I say I was so to aba edema the New Patriotic Party. Me shall say free Chinieba. I'm giving you doling out 10 good minutes. Convince Ghanaians why NDC December 7th.
Lawyer.
It's 9 o'clock.
Lawyer. The very simple question is, what has the NDC done that deserves another term? And why should we go back for John Dramani Mahama? Share the John Dramani Mahama some years ago. Now, all the compare the year when OPK economy, infrastructure, aviation, infrastructure, and then corruption, crana. Now, we show more. Now, I said, Nana Akufo Addo a chantron or the bedi abans. One can Ghana for no credit. And someone or can ye promising heaven on earth. Any new man or kika kika na sana eatro. Many are mentioned if free SHS. I thought that Akufo say John Mahama about which free SHS. And I've heard a lot of people saying it. Mama corrected John Dramani Mahama barbe free SHS mukena. Yeah, be pain. Yeah, free SHS. Free SHS I me no offer extra say dem wan sem by 1992. Constitution nimu Article 25. Odo emrani ni unim de wo ho. Educational rights. Enna ye de sa ade no education free SHS asem no e shemu. Sa constitution no no offer Pyne and ne party for they boycotted it.
No, but point of question. I wouldn't have come in, but the mommy bum say for records purposes.
For records purposes.
For records purposes.
Consensus.
Not even that. Can we say at the time now you can draft our constitution no. Now you existing political parties here to say omo boycott ya na.
Senior.
No, for record purposes.
For record purposes.
We have to be.
Say, udia bofre wa ha. Na enyini na hu say a fifi bofre aha fruita. Untimi nka nche me say udia wa ha na ye bofre ba aba no different. The same people.
Which
moving
people?
From President Akufo Addo that time when they were there. The same UP, the same MPP.
No, they were invited as one group. As one group. As one group as
to whether they were invited as UP, whether they were invited as as to whether they were invited as UP or they were invited as a different party, the invitation came.
No, but there were no political parties then.
For them to come, lawyer, for them to come and let us.
But at that time there were no political parties.
There were no political parties.
So,
but here to suffer. UP, MPP. Meaning say, me fact na make an ebi a say.
No, me education
because about 10 minutes no. Free SHS. 2015. NDC implemented what we call the progressively free senior high school. Ebi am of Abeka him say na nya no kre. But your budget statement and economic policy of Ghana for 2017 fiscal financial year 2017 financial year, which was presented to Parliament on the 2nd of March 2017 by Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Okay. And the education bulletin 780 about 781 781 it talks about other social intervention expenditure. Over there for the implementation of progressively free senior high school there was 25.96 million Ghana cedi that was allocated for the progressively free senior high school policy by the NDC. Into Sauka free SHS assembly NDC dear obetra free SHS mu what we will do is to abolish the double track red gold green no and you say about abolishing I didn't need abolishing because John Dramani Mahama know what the massive infrastructure ye blocks I nay no of abaye o maja sa blocks ni nyina jeje mu amenegu nwura mu a emu efufufufu. Because of those infrastructure, John Dramani Mahama also ban the first year on starting new projects. We will make sure we complete all those blocks so that we will be able to get space for your manner or more free SHS. Because at the point where you red, gold, green in a year numbers. Ebium, oka infrastructure wasem. Infrastructure. John Dramani Mahama has been touted as the god of infrastructure in Ghana here. Obi ain't to know. Nyoma wo ye mekai na say before COVID no na me two kwan kakra me be see your friend is saying Kotoka. Na me hwe cargo new cargo terminal ye me hwe the new arrival and departure ye terminal 3. Abuchi Abagana. Abuchi Abagana. Meba no me do we after me niska metimi atwa flight every ho aba Kumasi. It me say me call circle. When I got to circle it was a different thing. You are John Dramani Mahama circle. Me this a lawyer and name of na munim circle ye pa. The one na circle I congested. Oh call circle kan e dey so John Dramani Mahama adaromenti circle. Aye krabehwe. Uye no free ma Ashanti region say na offer kasa Ashanti region then NDC aye ma Ashanti region. Your water treatment plant ye was Asante Mampong. Formula District Hospital and see wo. Ye be ye KJT market ne obi adru KJT na ne fe. Ne fe KJT market. Me giri se do be an ye be say kwetena be first na recreational center crowd Kumasi na nke ni bi. And so John Dramani Mahama Adarometi nya Ratu Park. Schools and educational facilities in the bebre. Uyi enu so free wa. You look at projects are John Dramani Mahama yeah na MPP kase we have inflated the cost of those projects. Lawyer, Mamemfa circle any ring road flyover, circle interchange and ring road flyover. Any example na memfa conclude. Baumia ekache say circle interchange no, the cost was inflated to $260 million. So $260 million and about me agina de bia no worker and a circle no wedding and a circle no wedding. Me a civil engineer. When you talk about the cost of a project, you want to look at the scope of works. Circle was constructed with steel. A steel construction the DSR project. No. The actual cost of the project was 74 million euros. What the bar American dollar more a $90 million. Any idea circle. The scope of works is different. Come to ring road flyover no. Efun. The ancillaries any nyoma ye wo huni na the total cost was $170 million. Into what can $170 million no any 90 no bomu circle ni denima. And na benya sa cost na ba omi ka say oh NDC at the $260 million. Aye circle interchange. Ne ya tro. Obete bilam te dia ye the $135 million and ye. What is the difference? It tells you say and someone Akufo Addo eka ye mampani and in someone you about me ekika ye twantro egu eto Ghana fo trima Ghana fo nyini say oh John Mahama de na nkenye ene manasa azure ka or say I thought Mahama's regime was most corrupt. But Akufo Addo stem has shown me how naive I was. Asem we okay na say Barry do memorial lecture and okwa asem we say. Inti se wo hwe san yoman kakran kakay amabosu ya. You compare and contrast the two governments. Economy. Me kai se ba omi aka che say if the fundamentals of the economy is weak, the exchange rate will expose you. As at that time na 4 cedis 10 pesos. 2020 the same exchange rate. Expose the MPP 5 cedis 70 pesos. So 5 cedis 70 pesos we and you about me age 57 years. Until nanka sa time na nanka me fa 1 cedi na me some quarter idea in dollars me fa 4 cedis 10 pesos nanka me timi atono and na gisa me fa 5 cedis 70 pesos ye hwe ni mu se ebeko nanim. And then John Dramani Mahama said something, and let me clear the air on that. On this HIPIC status of Ghana now, John Dramani Mahama was clear that as it stands now, our debt to GDP 68.7, and IMF has projected it to hit 78 by the end of December this year. Until Ghana highway, Ghana ni babia de ka almost 10,000 Ghana cedis. Mekai 2015, the New Statesman. Omo ye headline be ebaya. Headline no more said. As at that time, Ghana our debt to GDP ratio, and the Ubia Edeka was 2,924, almost 3,000 Ghana cedis. And from our time, no, not John Dramani Mahama, Eddie Ekohepek.
You're London, 1 minute.
I'm London. And then, what is the story? What is the story today? Comparing these records of John Dramani Mahama, infrastructure, on corruption, on economy, on energy crash some crowd here, you would realize that Ghana needs John Dramani Mahama. He's a visionary leader, or Betwasa projects, and also I'm a Ghana IFA. Because the Ghana near America difference the woman is when you get to America, you see high rising buildings, you see other things, infrastructure development. Okay. Akufo Addo by one neglected.
Maybe that's the message about a Chiniyeba Francis Addo, member of the NDC campaign team at Kwadaso constituency, Mr. Samuel Pyne Sampai, regional secretary of the New Patriotic Party. 10 minutes. And then there was a Ghana for Simon and 4 more years to do more.
And same way I can say Ghana for Prez, Omutu Abano, boom, Akufo Addo. Now I'm confining NDC to the trash bin forever. Why? And some way you said it in 2016. Ghana for say mina na konkruma say asem kankan. Wunya wo homework. Wunya wo bibia you are repeating same. But lawyer, and now you ti Ghana ha. Adia your friend no education. So woba na so wutu anamon ewo mmofra ye do mbeko school. Na ya mo omutitiye efi KG ekopim university enhihye aban we ye MPP aban aye ne say enne KG ye integral part of the school system. Enti abofra no ketekete mfie miasa mfie nan no ye mani nimde no ya double capitation at the basic school level from there ye beto ye at the senior high school level ye the free education aba ema kwasi mensa adwa manu asana fuseni ene nasifo nyinara akora bia na nkowo asem kroma ontimi nko adisada college no ene mohia ene ahokyere nti no ene wa pass ya okwa adisada college
fuseni ne asana edie I said, yeah.
No, don't come here. I don't come here. No problem.
Any opportunity. No problem. And now, President Akufo Addo last time obaye, you call Ashanti Achim South. You do Kroba Koso, Ashanti Achim Adonfe. You call no much can say President NC for no Nanasi. I said that Ben. One must say in the history of that town, one single year, number one a president, one single year, and Kwara Ediasan, and a senior high school. And yes, so being considered high school, Krum Hoda, a be a fit in Kramian, a dead doors to crown on crown 9. But some great Diasa, let's just almost VA, JHS that year, no, would be a senior high school. Lawyer, what did the American say? You see, and now you can say, would ye no tear dear Boanoa pass here? And can you know a number no me no? Any more vandals for no? Namoko, the Katanga, never vandals more affiliates. Now, Moko, Emma and Grofo, Echo Pacho, and Sana will be a guarantee. Student loan amount. What me the Atwa University so. And ne, you see, we are a babunu, what we senior high school, what because university and any tertiary institution. That's a bambusian no I did so was no. Who quack or just a busian one. We hear we Ghana card and no admission letter. And one academic year. For the period now be no school no more. We be to Kua, we be here Juma, we have a service. We be a Bama opportunity another year, into 2 years, a bell ups, and son wash us here, etia, into the country on the say, so we quack or Jibusia, we say no de a share, who Sukua, are buying 8 years school fees in a mount, qua, my dear, we, and son a children, what you and Kakranga, copin so between. And that is why I see a tuaba a man another than Akufo Addo. The difference between MPP and NDC is say, well, almost COVID about the first academic first semester no, you bet you half amount. There subsequently no, you to have a amount. What compare and to your school fees. Tim contempo na there when this day no more no. You just oppose it against this sir. Yeah, Kasa say. Infrastructure ya pro good senior high schools no lawyer I'm telling you me child of Kumasi Grand Senior High School me see ye BS schools January ya tinkwamu a January a yen ko double track enye Hong Kong lots of the schools that COVID abeha o mine no because said the year nhihye no enye COVID na sefo a nka by now no ka me giri say ya wie enuma no pa ma nka bibia ekonanim Uba agriculture. Where you call yeji. Eko where planting for food and jobs. One more year morning as for. won't see improved seats a diamond one, fertilizer diamond one. We say by you employ about 4,000 extension officers. In Titiani, the extension officers said the more. As I see 1 acre and then got 10 bags of rice, and not 35 bags of rice. Lawyer, you are just opposing this against 10 bags now. No Mahama money tiano. If you say no only extension officer, no money fertilizer, no money improve seas. Lawyer, you can't say because me fed on twinching. Yamra energy. 4 years of doom so. 4 years of doom so. January 2017, na yen free doom so. March 2017, na free doom so. Ye buy if you samre no ebe pim ne. Se kanea beko offer na ye fault. Na nye se ye nya fan ngum. Na nye se ye nya sika emfa nkoto crude eme power ye generators no. Na ade a esire e say to obatia ndi sika sepa ne say wo mu flag bearer no kra no nkan enura 2 days ago no ja baby ka say ye buy ye mfa 1 megawatts kra meka ho onu an backyard kalio lawyer sa solar unico commission how many megawatts na dey magana the refi on kan that's how a presidential candidate on kind no nim de okoso a e be den watimi kura bebu mai agreement be say take or pay omko fire aye boka almost 500 million every year said them say win agreement no so lawyer wo ka say obetwa mu a ayi mo friends and lawyer from judgment data betua no ahwe o man ne bebo. It is say a tramusa for the next 5-10 years now. Sign agreement, you know. What you need some money time review. A masada. Lawyer, health. Ya pomudin. A young and this for Johnson Bass and Embassy Hospital. The teacher say Frank can't was it Geneva or can't a Formina Hospital.
Formina District Hospital.
Opa traffic sia na yen free ambulance yakoto abane bi na yen fan tum free na yen fan ko from na district hospital na yen ko hwe yare ho so ko abehunu hospital ho because lawyer studio away see e baaye e na munni cameras munni transmitters munni bibia e wo ha obetu afre TV station you cannot and it's a we sit down na wunwie mpo. Now we refer to that say what's the hospital who trash here ya do beko ho catch it my way say Mahama ba Ashanti no ye no rounds na odu posumtwi a na wa fear na de ko sa wi hospital ho na akohwe ne yare na se behu hospital ho a
offer
ye buy health insurance no more broker billions na edegu ho eja mo man no ye clear e ka no enne Woman what service providers no. Woman see, woman prefer Sankrofo hook on to woman dance Sankrofo so woman private no. Because private in say a home music at and crown a baby. So there's improvement in health delivery.
You have 2 minutes to land.
Oh, minru hinzo. Ambulances are lawyer. You cover by NDC every abemu. Woman cover 21 efunu adaka wahu has the different funu no calling it an ambulance 207 on the buyer in tonton chance de kofa bro ewo akomadan ene tachima ba ene on kofa buyer akonwa na matra so de puto mako wo fie e de min makomi e de di dokono krade binsi under this government every constituency within the Kumasi enclave, we can boast of about 11 ambulances plus extras in our confirmation. It's a little easier to convey a sick person on the emergency to the hospital than in the past. About we say NIA. It is also better if you na beka so beto aba majo Mahama na wa fie ne de abobo ya be fa no awu kwan mu a ujejeje lawyer COVID by
finally 1 minute
finally 1 minute ya dan for Trump you say o ye lusu wonim 1 a year because we nya final intimate income
the idea
ade ba ko a America for there to abetia ne kese and management of the COVID situation.
Of course.
Ye ka enne Ghana. Ye boy ye din managing COVID. The whole world no the first 3 ye ka ho. Africa ye number 1. Hwe intervention e de bae. Emofra wo mu ko school. Ye hihye ye ya mo man ko school ko prim say ye re na no bra form. One more question some cultural monsohe. Young person bekwa kwani na mountain on be fire renti abama won nuane di num ema won suo num ye. We ewo ho. Ye send tua wo mu school fees no registration no including senior high school and now we go senior high school we ko try so how yam shisho say teacher bi be ba no be kan say won tua fees nti so free paper no. Aban we say because in some no met you in the 10 days.
No, we'll come back. You get another opportunity, but
and to me can land on the social intervention.
Land no.
Not one a year boja. Under the NBSSI. 2000. Yan hwe samanim. Yan hwe Ohene nim. Yan hwe Frank nim. An kan ba bi fie. Yeso ye Ghana ni na wo apply a ye de be ma. Bebre no ene nyae a ne mako ne jene ne ntos ne bidia oton no enwo
okay
including one more manufacturing ya so won ase
medase. I'll come back to you, don't worry. I'll come to just notice now. I'll come back to you. But enko kind messages kakra now. Kwabena Poku Seshi Asafo says, lawyer, thank you. Good evening to you. Thank you to Kwabena. When the NDC realized that free SHS was catching fire before the 2016 election, they tried to hurriedly implement the so-called free progressive free SHS. My question is, what were they doing between 2009 and 2014? Again, lawyer, the NDC always say free SHS is in the constitution to discredit it. I ask the question. Provision of social amenities, including infrastructure, is also in the constitution. So what are they talking about? Now, this one says, okay. Gusty Man from Brekum says, good evening, lawyer. It seems these NDC guys don't respect Ghanaians. Let that NDC man in your studio understand that those personality attacks won't win them a single vote. They should advise their flag bearer to stop the insults and demonstrate maturity in his campaign. Regards to Kankam, NPP chairman of Brekum East. Teacher Kujo from Anyina Ususu says, good evening. Governing a country is not like failing an exam and doing it over. It is not a trial and error when you run a country. Mahama is not going to get a chance to correct mistakes. He is not even capable of correcting the mistakes. Those mistakes were costly and painful to Ghana's economy and image. We have elected a capable team who are in power. Now, regards to Honorable Suleiman Adamu Sani, the Hafwano North Member of Parliament. This one is coming from Walanyo in Akwatia. Says, Democrats in the US of A as compared to the NDC counterparts in, sorry for that, in Ghana. The then presidential candidate Hillary Clinton was changed after her 2016 unprecedented defeat by the incompetent Democrats in Ghana presented the same old 2016 defeated dead goat Mahama for the 2020 general elections, and they are everywhere jubilating, wishing JM to win. Shia Puto. Regards to NS Yaokumi. Now this one says Joe Biden Afa, John Mahama Afa, Honorable Felicia J. Tuaso for Kentampo South, from Honorable Albert Pimbo, Assemblyman Kentampo South. The government has not paid capitation grant for basic school since 2019. Some Pyne is lying. Lawyer, if okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. Sister Fosti, good evening to you. Lawyer, if I saw a nice guy like this being a member of the NDC, I think far. And now that NDC not leadership for their part, I send message without my Honorable Philip, who is so okay. Paper say Western. Well, I'm sure I got that one correct because I'm not very sure about that. Uniso. Okay. Uniso. Okay. Some funny code. Funny code disturbing me here and there. Okay. John Mensah, deputy organizer MPP from Côte d'Ivoire, says Nana will win 58%. John Mensah, deputy organizer MPP from La Côte d'Ivoire, because of free SHS, Nana is going to win 58%, he says. Mr. Host, permits me to use your channel to congratulate Honorable MCA NS Kofi and Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable PS Policy, and all of Jomro constituency for the marvelous work they are doing in the municipality. In the name of MPP, Mr. Host, I think Nana Dapaah is the best president so far in the history of Ghana, as well as my able Member of Parliament for Jomro constituency. My name is Blewe from Ifasu. The man in pink is totally confused. Will he allow his child to benefit from free SHIV? He has the chance to go to secondary school. Anyway, as a criticism out of jealousy. Okay, Blaze says this one. Chief Soso, future MP for Mena, says, indeed, President Akufo Addo infrastructure record is second to none. In line with that, he has introduced pro policies like free SHS, so we appeal to express the Mahama and Chiniyeba that this year's election is not about using vulgar language like stupidity, but rather based on achievement and track records within the 4 years. Nana Tuaso, 4 more for Nana. Good evening to you, lawyer. The NDC government and Mahama has nothing good for the country. We should not make a mistake on December 7. I am Kobina Francis from Denchra, Ananikrum. As one says, lawyer, I am Danso Emmanuel from Adansi Formula constituency. I give Nanado another 4 years and also vote for Pofa. Philip Ofori Asante as Member of Parliament, independent candidate, cannot help us. Lawyer told the MPP to make our bridge for us at Adansi Adokwai, because we people of Adokwai are ready to vote for Nana and Pofa. Lawyer, the bridges are major problem. Nana nie, Pofa nie. Good evening to you, lawyer. I am a Jerry Isaac Oforidia. Please, can you ask the NDC man that were they having the ideology of implementing free SHS? You people went for demonstration towards free SHS. So where are they going to get the ideology to implement? I am Richie from Elembele. Please ask the NDC man that if free education is good, why did they march against it? Free education 419. If it's not good too, why are they saying they will continue? Please let him explain this to Ghanaians for our understanding. I'm sure he has noted that one. Lawyer, if former President Mahama is saying that they will not accept a flawed election, then I am also telling him Ghanaians will not accept him as president if the Electoral Commission declares him a president. We are tired of this incompetent and inconsistent former president. Never again, said Dapaah sends this message. Lawyer, this NDC communicator is very gentle. In fact, I like him, though I am not an NDC member. Brother, why don't you join the winning team? Ima from Obuasi. Good evening to you, lawyer. 4 more for Nana and 4 more for Honorable Mavis and Cancer Board Refugees at the East constituency. Now this one says NPP isn't the best for Ghanaians. Nana should explain how he has used over 320 billion Ghana cedis he has received as both loans and revenues. Mahama only received 120 billion Ghana cedis as loans and revenue in 4 years' reign. The Nado government is deceiving Ghanaians. Free SHS is a sham and deception to all Ghanaians. Free SHS should be for students from poor background. He is just trying to make a mark with free SHS because President Akufo instituted National Health Insurance Scheme. Ghanaians should be careful not to retain Nana and his NPP righteous Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Evans Edin Tutuka Obuasi says Ghanaians and Obuasi East people are feeling better under President Akufo Addo and Honorable Dr. Patrick Boachi Yadom. MP Obuasi is respectively. Ghanaians cannot afford to make big mistake to vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC to destroy the economy. Okay, so it's 9:30. Let me go back to my panel members. The other messages, you don't worry, I'll find time to read them. Now, let me start from Sam. I'm sure if you had this time, I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to tell Ghanaians, convince Ghanaians why they should vote for you. You wanted to do
about this.
Oh no, just take it easy. I mean, just push it.
Na asuma na meka. Me dey we social intervention. Ni aba adea e ha Ghana for baako. MPP e kan ho asem. Eye adwuma asem. When you say NDC time, near wo unemployed graduate association. One more enya adwuma. NDC any credibility nti one call IMF so one call credibility. One call ye no ye hihye mra ma Ghana say public sector apart from health any education me ye fa nipa bi adwuma. Nti na mrantie meba wa awie universities, awie training colleges, awie nursing schools, awie other institutions na wo mutifie. Ye baye if in 2013 about 2016 majority of nurses are if both public and private nursing schools no they are for adwuma and now me no ka say health sector nko no sub backlog no and others no they are play close to over 90,000 of them 2018 batch wo awie wo processes are wo befa wo nyinara enso say what pass na bibia edimu a we any edibu man o Wupa education sector. Ya fa including woman every this year. Ya fa woman you land sister you service na for over 96,000. Me napko eya na me person mechanic say. But the man mechanic say ya see e bi hwe numa e na to bia ebene. Ene sa eni adwuma ye nso bonsam epe bibi e ma ne ye. Nti otifi a onye hwe no. A oni da ma no. Ya manu bibi ni mabunu be 100,000 one mo ye adwuma wo ba one di one never as I speak with you there were a lot of factories we must start operations lawyer over 70 factories now start operations no what the let's even assume say obi e fa nipa 200 nipa say ni afa wo hwɛ Ghana said the social setup no city no se nipa baako eye adwuma a emfaso no yatene kɔ nipa ba aduo no eso e say lawyer woti wei se wo duru brekum na se wo ka se wo kɔ biadan no akɔ akɔdidia wo kɔ honuma abusuafo a ɛwɔ hɔ no wo beto aduane mo
biadan fufu
wo ba
ai o kwa obeka kroba o ba
over the meko ide adu ide yes mo over the meko
wo kwa every man senye president Akufo Addo na aboa edi free education no ba lawyer yemu bi na every single month ne won kora yitu am school fees a won fi abusua no hwɛ nurses edi teacher for allowances ebi obi be rubbish no ba emfasudi a na wo maye no yewun bi ekɔ training college no a ne yedi allowance no ne yedi emfasudi a ewo mu aban etwa mu kɔ adwo Mahama aban no o si saa mrantie no ne mmeba wa no e nursing school ne training colleges no se wo mu be wu a emfa no ho asa allowance no mo de bo mo bran kakra wo mo de tutor learning materials na sefo wo mo ekɔ practical so mo de ye na sefo no obetwam otwamu ampa nanado a restore enne wo mo ekɔ suku a se ka so nkoto panie bi no fa nkɔ practicals a obenya wamsi bi di akɔ akoto se so nto pamphlet bi emfa nkɔ kenkan no nya nimdie no a obenya se o perform bi e de ahwɛ no de aye studies now of their connected Wi-Fi and na me no ka say lawyer all colleges of education ya network wo mo a wo kwa de wo hia no phone and wo laptop wo kusua de online kwa and that is the difference between MPP aban and NDC aban. It is a year twice no so a lawyer na me de afa my favorite subject sports. What is some sports pa reading nipa bia pomudin sanema no eka ho na unya pomudin Ghana hano your sporting facilities at the same yenya abaya within 4 years enra crowd for mena hire adanse you know can bi na me kura me aveti madwene ko ho o se president Akufo Addo wo di afi
na wo advert wadwen ko ho o fa tsem na ba wo advert wadwen ko ho hey kara
na me fa madwene ko o se o fa se afi edikan no o di hihye na ban last year we say COVID ase bibia nti wo hwe pa emfe mienu ena president Akufo Addo e de aye adwuma lawyer emfe mienu a de aye adwuma no bridges are na in existence until they create 6 back ho ya see stadium e wo bia mu a e reach advanced stage e wo basket your friend youth resource centers a basketball football pitch na se for won di ebe ko say uko e be say you for instance won mu vieti and say free ho a your teams are your banning won call other regions cover board no, they can adopt that place as their home grounds
1 minute
10 across uba santimemu ha ye ba ban mu ade ade bo ye tri so kese pa na ye yakwan lawyer yentimi fada kru nye Ghana kwan nyinara yentimi fada kru nye Asantiman akwan nyinara ba emmum commitment na dia be hyemu no pepa no e dia hyemu ene anamo e dia hyemu se ye adwuma no e kirewo se woma nana Dodanko Akufo Addo emfie 9 na ma MPP parliamentary candidate no so emfie 9 a ye be ye adwuma mu oduro e sombo ama ye nyina ye ho atoye ba bia me kofa na no anami nimpo enu a me du honom jack asphalt na tifo me ko hu ye no I ask myself me bisa me ho say we are sure say baby me nam no e ho nam na mana and this is a government technically no because you fa Mahama logic na or see a court okay Supreme Court.
Okay, hold now time so you intimidate so maybe that's I'll come back to you, don't worry. I'll come back to you, don't worry. I'll come back to you. Mr. Samuel Pyne, some Pyne, and I will share no in your brain, or sign 18 no in your brain, or Kessben, Kasefidie, a sobbing call, Chinieba, Francis Addo. The man 5 minutes. Chinieba, Francis
lawyer me offer can say be na I think say may address a few of them.
It's within your time, so
yes Okofa hospital assembled health facilities assembled say what more or less is the contribution or what has been the contribution of the MDC. Lawyer, one me be here dream say COVID ebaye. Nanka enye the vision of John Dramani Mahama say obesi University of Ghana Medical Center esi hwa. Emra napo enya COVID bi. Emra Deputy Information Minister Pius enya COVID bi. Ene impenifu ekeka ho bebre nanka be ye din amagana because you couldn't have flown them from the country to anywhere. UG Medical Center Kruya COVID mu health issues na no kano UG Medical Center ama ne ye diplomats omo Ghana so bi are anase ne ho dodo no kakra bi na ye ya UG Medical Center etimi esu ni panumu ehwe no give him or her the standard health how do you call it delivery to the person. COVID kuya UG Medical Center kuya mu and our health minister Honorable Adjiman Menu eka say it doesn't exist. UG Medical Center doesn't exist. But me kai say mra onya COVID ni bi no eho enokoye. Inti se no fa ekasa emane yet say de for me na say no waka perish the thoughts and I'm person make bi so kwa say yewura beba ha na bibi esi because ye moyare emma obi se nipa no entwa na ase bibi sa no me feel say me offer we de wankasa yie
utie mi yie
meba offer me nimpa metie wo yie eni kwan say ye bo sa yare na ase bibi sa emma obi a UG Medical Center we aside the no Rich Hospital. Say na MPP also. Na Rich Hospital net is saying. And so next facelifter John Dramani Mahama Edema UG Medical Center. Rich Hospital, sorry. Inti say you can health krana na nka me mpesen ka ofakra ebekọ ho amana kwakọ yese. De yewura na na do ba yi. Wa yi ye nyoma wo health sector na me ne health sector na ba be kra be hwe. Obeka sports once say e ho na ni je sports on pa minim so obeka ni odubiase NDC eko ni odubiase ne eko kasa sa mre no kra no nanka asase na da ho de nanka na ompeso mo ye ne small park no yewura Nilante Vanderpool eko ho eko hwe no se da bi we want to standardize this park. Because any kwan say edubiase for mo edubiase team e person mo bo match bia na je say ya baba yara and I say yakoba be foforo edubiase so can host and so we want to give it that FIFA status and check na Ghana for ehwim ye free akonya so say ya so ya maba ye bi be ma be ye bi o be ye nyina ntino yen so na nado so ne yen hwe de ono so de baba be ye minim dia kwakusi up till now. I'm aware regional minister Ira Samono Semesa Eko Ho Nanzia Cape Coast Stadium fe kama we can host any FIFA activity there. Bukom Boxing Arena. When you are talking about sports, nan kame person ka offer edi efa ni nyina mu because sports no enye just one sector. Okay, sports. Football. There are lots of things that come together when you're talking about sports. Bukum boxing arena. Yes, see. Inti so what can sports asem now can health asema na eye me nwanwa kakra. Yenko aviation. Minua, yenko aviation. Me can go section Wokotoka International Airport asem. Yeah, the upgrade and then the expansion of Tamale Airport. Me can ho asem. Me kai senka Kumasi Airport siwe. Nanka plane kra nanka ntimi si ha nwumre. It is a way a government official na bibi na betina Kumasi na yabo no nzia na o ya adwen ho. Na fe na pe bibi abeda. John Dramani Mahama adunti and the plane si Kumasi Airport enwumre. 1 minute. Hey, me dey that's akwantemu.
Aso kra me na me dey be kan your time.
Energy asema of akan yi. Eya na me be say me busa say what country say o kan solar asem. Let's look at how much they have borrowed. And they never compared with mo aye. Nanado has borrowed than any government in this Fourth Republic. Okache say sikano wa ha. Olanche Ghana beyond aid. Intina ya tro na. Nanado dey say me say ba tro dia oye bebe because what some tro kra che Nyankopon National Cathedral.
Oh no, don't go there.
Oh,
please.
National Cathedral you call Israel.
Please, you know I will not intervene, but no. That's not things. No, I won't permit this thing. I won't let it go. So withdraw and let's proceed. No, don't stretch
what has happened to National Cathedral now?
Don't stretch this.
It was a promise. We were building for God. We were building a cathedral.
Don't let us stretch this. Something I won't allow to stand. Let's withdraw and let's proceed.
You see, I withdraw to the God. Let me withdraw.
Okay.
But what has happened to it? He has lied. One village, one dam. You go share inside a dugout. Baby or crampuna, yeah, you see, no, one district, one factory, Casa Preco. And now you're old Paramount. Mama the loan said Nipanenya there, and yes, it's a free loan. The person is going to pay back. Jaspon, Mekai, someone can say Jaspon, or Muba that contract, they will terminate it. And before crying, and another young Sam or buy on Jaspon, go try a picture, Zoom Lion. And today, you call it one district, one factory.
Question Obisan, may that say I've given you more than good evening to you. I am Owusua from Kasua, watching Francis Addo live on Kessben TV, NBC all the way. I'm sure you know her. Okay. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Owusua from Santase. Owusu from Santase. I want to ask the NDC man, the whole 8 years, what did they do about inland port? This one says, cutting of sword in an election time is just like commentary after match. They should give us a break. This one says, OPK from Goso, what super incompetent, messageless, clueless Mahama did by insulting Martin Amidu because he confirmed that he is government official. One, it's very disgraceful with some of the NDC communicators supporting Mahama's comments. So no wonder we have babies with sharp teeth in the NDC. So Ghanaians should vote for visionary, competent, good leader Nanado, nor the NPP MPs in December 7. Regards to Honorable Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, incoming NPP MP for Techiman South. Nana B, NPP Youth Organizer, and Jennifer Quinn, Deputy NPP National Communications Director. Teacher Kujo Tepa Anyina Ususo, I've read your message somewhere. I'm very sure about that. This one says, fellow Ghanaians, on the 7th of December, don't surpass the first class. Number 1 on the lists. As a thank you vote for Nanado to continue his good works. Prince Charles, a so high tension. Lawyer, thank you. And I say thank you too. This one says, rescue Ghana from present state to IMF. I wonder how NDC have the boldness to speak without shame. Utiyabua Kintampo sends this message. This one says, please, lawyer, the unprintable words, coward stupidity, and others being used by former President Mahama makes me sad. How would he feel if such words are used on him? Or because he's a dead goat, he will not mind. I am a Santiama. Auntie Amma from Kumasi. Sorry, Auntie Amma. Sorry about that one. This one says, the lawyer, thank you. Ghanaians have never seen this kind of pragmatic governance before. We thank God for the life of Nana Addo. Even Rawlings is silent and dumbfounded. Nana Sante Achina Krum, Senior High School Census, this message. And this one says, Bosheba Amisti, Gosu Zongo, fellow Ghanaians, let's all have faith and support Nana Addo because he has good policies like free SHS, NAPCO planting for food and jobs, etc. That will help the country. My regards to Honorable Evans Opoku Bobie Ahafo, Regional Minister, and Honorable Yao Owusu Brempong, Asutife South Parliamentary candidate. Lord, thank you. Thanks Sampai for me because he has made his town roads from Gongoli. Boaman Efija, Gongoli, Charles Sampai. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes to go. I can still dole out some minutes to you. Mustafa Lower Manya Krobo says the presidency itself is not the partisan, non-family and friends institution as one office in the nation that represents everyone and demands a duty of care for all Ghanaians. That's presidents what JM and NDC are going to exhibit to Ghanaians. Vote John Mahama for jobs and infrastructure. Okay, so let me come back to the studio. Sam? Yes, I can give you now, reducing the 5 minutes. Let me give you 3 minutes. And I'll give him 3 minutes.
Me what I see. Bukum boxing arena no. And ye Mahama ni NDC.
Okay.
A snake for project. Dia omo kan borrowed glory there and yet 2. You omo ka say Nana Addo is a liar. Na wako shebo ebia utu kwan nkran ache. Na so wako na akohwe se wo mu cathedral no adwuma bi koso a enka wo nkan dia wo kan. 2. The irony of it, the hypocrite nya twumewo mu pa ni say president ka so basic cathedral no wo mu ka say wo mu mpini mani nsi eye NDC fo mu wi a musa betwa mo ho abe criticize na we say kosi koda enkoda lawyer
2 minutes
because former president Mahama, he doesn't read on kind into nim the air coso enunti nanka former president what be the MP da why a deputy minister da why a minister da what be a vice president da what be a unitary president da what be a full-time president one na woni interview we ye wa wonu Kwame Adinkra oni ni ye interview no bisa no say Kwame bisa no say bosia wagie mansika e de no de aye o ka kire say mu media fo no mu nsua de mu nkonkosua na sansika no ene sa niema no ni nyina akọ parliament asabeka na onu ne wabegya platform so e be ka say President Akufo Addo ajebusia na onkyere ye de ode ye na ni refi say sika no de subsidizing the money school fees no e ye Ghana sika ni bia and now every day sika no de to na account monthly no aye de hwe no article 72 office holders no onim say Ghana sika ni bia ni gardeners na yetu omoka no petrol toma no busumi bia no ni plane ticket etwama na fibia mpre no ni health na the health care o manufa ho ka no onim say kasa sika no ana
1 minute.
One ne yire ne mba. Enti me the lawyer me dwuma Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo ediama o my Ghana asomani me mana nwene da se ni papa krom anchi asem krom kwan ya di fidie be koso da ene ko hwe fidie gu so ye kwan no enti ye me say 2016 ya tuni boom Emma President Akufo Addo 2020 ya tuni boom or the sure number 1 on the ballot or sure no ho and a president da all your parliamentary candidates obia so ye number 1 e sure ho no bia eda e bi say ye ko ahwe a ye bekọ no yesusom na yeye nti president okono ohia na boafo aye the members of parliament nti December 7 Jumapa president aye me are giving thumbs up for COVID so my family be akra nana se ye education free mu my family be akra nana se how will handle COVID
Medase, Kwabra Medase, some
faculty committee,
Medase,
Eka Oto.
Babingo, Chinny about 3 minutes.
Make us a zoo. Na this neighbor be our show me be I just saw Eza.
Got some guys now.
Got them. JM order number 2 says they are quite and let's use it for politics. Na yemu be kai se wo kwakot for ba kai se Nana Akufo Addo ba yi corruption akosoro. Se wo say Nana Addo yes do yi nyina no sika no odi one ne family and friends in the disca no ena omonkoa na se sika na eba Ghana ha nyina ekwo mbotom covid sika Ghana nya ye pa lawyer Nana Akufo Addo ne nuanom ne ma ne makwa timi kwate sisters keepers so say ekwo timi kwaji loan e o GCB memeti he mi timi kwaji loan o GCB ankra enso omutimi te no makwaje ya papa ye president inti de Ghana ni bi e kwa akoto ba won kai sa de we say family and friends governance no say wo koto for more for Nana wo to ma na tremu yie because unless wo koche bi na hweche bi akwan Koko rules a council ni nyina na eja achebi de se chebi enwo ho na wo hwe ye corruption ye PDS de ejapa de e ba ye na nsen akra che se anu kra den special prosecutor wa dwen den was hey amatazan ye papa rekubobe confirm angels with dirty faces. That is how he referred to the deal. Inti corruption aside the no cra cash for seat ba ye si say ye diska amasa akwade na sa akwade asem kra de lawyer wadaro mama menka sa asem we madi ne ho yaw efi se Kwame Eugene okay Kwame Eugene release or the about ye interview with 3FM 3 news na say what say yeah the first verse pen a brand say on the enkonkoto omukoduru omu shoot no. That is when he realized that the second verse was an endorsement for Nana Addo.
No, not to be.
I don't know what to be. Kwame Eugene
to endorsement.
Meba ade nti na wo be diska ma wo di pettiness kan sem kra esa akodi akwa diska no opese wo sei akra no so ka ho na samini ajibi samini kra de ne de kra de ya na message kaka
no but you have evidence of makwa
senior momento ma asem so enti de American na say Ghana ni ba bia wo tie me na nwumre bia 7 December he should remember the corruption, he should remember the inflation, he should remember the exchange rates, he should remember the lies Baumia has told, he should remember the sword cutting that nothing is happening, he should remember the lots and lots of things are MPP aya omuntimi fa Ghana free baby John Dramani Mahama edi Ghana kudwana Ghana ye krabehwe no enko nanim no. We should remember these things.
Medase. Adu Jamfi from Domia Brase. We thank God that Nana Akufo Addo was able to rescue Ghanaians from the hands of incompetent and corrupt Mahama. Never again will we Ghanaians vote for such a leader like Mahama. 4 more for Nana to do more. Lawyer, thank you. Good evening to you, Ohene. Please, President Nana Addo will win 55% of the presidential vote cast, but more NPP MPs will also win. Ohene is Akufo Addo's win. Okay. This one says, lawyer, I thank you too. The MPP man has made everything. Okay. Victory for lawyer Anthony. Okay. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please tell the NDC man it's better for him to say something encourageable than sitting there throwing dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. If you think Ghanaians are like him, then it's over to him. So 4 more years for Nana to do more. Mustafa Yakubu sends this one from Sechere Afram Prez. Unfortunately, our time is up. More intimate come messages no. Let me promise you another time I'll read your messages. Forgive me. Better pay inform you as a page, Mr. Samuel Pyne, Sam Pyne, who is the regional secretary of the MPP for Ashanti region. They call him the general, and then I say, Okate short, ne aproba on an ebo eba program. Inside that chini eba. Francis Addo, member of the NDC campaign team at Kwada so on so yedana. So mo share Jumadia the brem so say da munyina as a cameraman producer and everybody yeda obi yeda obi bia as say omunya ebabu ama bibia cause me
November okay 15 November yeah work Kwada so me tun sa frɛ NDC babia sa omra me tun sa frɛ me wo fankasa na wo mu brani na ye nante manyo ne ye efe se aka bu it's unity it's what aroma
me da obeja me subia na kwasi ado abeja me so
mini problem
okay on that note to draw the curtain on tonight's punch program next week make a date with us on same network for God and country meaning the Ohene Makraba.
It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful morning. It's a wonderful day.
Out of 4, Emrenaso, and the Jumelia to the match, and a liberal. Free no pemu, compliment on Clupem, and Joanna Copim Fiala. If the Sami Nema, Namako Studio, Nailish. A bonus young pemu, Peppa, Minima Vega Fortress, and the Pemuka Jumedi or match. And we are on him, I can have many 20 balance, and the Akudia wants some I have to kick off everyone.
Chichi Medina was Sugusa with a brass for Machiso. Yet a good on some kickoff and a day Bramo. Conco photos and on a Payambo was not fair for details. Emma 9 Tetra Brassa Jolaka.
At exactly 7:30, Minima Bega 4, at Trassi, and the Doboka Tampes in Pesima, and to the Aman Senti, or of 4 TV, then Nika said.
Lockdown Nimono, Yachini Padria Sami no him.
Now the Togar in that vacuum.
Emu Ensian, the Galera Matis positive.
Machichu Media won't grab at a pea. If you join any brother and I water, Yama politicians better see. Every person or money moon some a count of mine and some extra a month for.
Intimina, and family.
Who called I a song? Ya today, Kawase. Ghana for Memu, one a woman on any Bibremina. Yamomo kind almost such no matter. Man, tell me, Mensna who draw yet a walk. If you are diet Nasia, Ghana, Money, and Yamamre. Any Abrabomun, Sammy Nema Sicino, and the debated Chinem, Yamal Crime also at one. Yet kaboom, near the Jumedi Abro. You can join us on Facebook.com/KessbenF, YouTube.com/Kessben TV, Twitter.com/Kessben TV. When you are Kafua and a mama Chijimedi, yes. We did your man here, do watch your man in the morning.
Especially for you.
Election 2020 yes Ghana bakosemu we need bread dikan o mampani dada ofri adwaso wo sa babio na ne ote adwaso na do Dankwa Akufo Addo ofri say wa ye ne fata say ye ma ne to aso amanyoko nkitu aka nyina so gidi say wo mu branie Kessben media every 2004 bepem sabre e ba abato ho nsese ye ho e ho nsusaso all the statistics you need to know ye shaba no se bibia kama e de brew baba na salam alaikum everybody walwale tamale odododio aflawo Ghana man tem dunsia ni nyinamo election 2020 ya the live coverage the BCBA no ebebremo
yo 275 constituencies e wo mayimo emu 169 kuta NPP emu 106 ekuta NDC Kessben TV Kessben FM Kessben Media yenka yese yebeka mese ye the figures ne bebremo se ni city pepepe live on Kessben Media.
It is all about Sebubete Niemasi. They will who say, oh, to Abba. Now, in Yaswa, with the Twaba. Transparency, fine, prepare any. We have the men, we have the track record we have the competence